if you're feeling like a dancer and you're destined to dance in the dark, remember the movements inside of you. Mary, you understand more than the rest. Don't sell yourself short, Mary. I don't know how to hold this so I can talk and show you at the same time. But that's the painting for today. It's a sketch in this new sketchbook, this watercolor sketchbook. And I'll show you how I did that in the video. The video is time-lapse. I speeded it up so it wouldn't take a whole hour to watch. But basically you'll be able to get the idea of what I did. I used watercolor and gouache. Watercolor for basically most of the painting, with gouache for the girl. And I was trying to illustrate an old song that I wrote a long time ago called Don't Sell Yourself Short, Mary. And it's about not giving up. It's about not caving into your own insecurities and your own doubts and your own fears that you're not as good as somebody else who does the same thing you want to do. In this case, it's a dancer, but it could be an artist, it could be a singer, it could be an athlete, it could be anything. I mean, even as a parent sometimes, right? As a mom, as a dad, as a grandpa, you often wonder, am I doing the best I could possibly do? Well, the only thing you can do is you can do it as good as you can do it, you know? I hope you have somebody in your life that supports you. I hope you do. I hope if you have somebody who doesn't support you, that you either have developed a thick skin, as they say, or maybe you've got a technique for ignoring the negativity when it comes your way. But don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. Fuel yourself with positivity. Is that a thing? Can you do that? Can you fuel yourself with positivity? I don't know what I have done all my life, but I always have managed to figure out a way to just, you have to differentiate between the naysayers and the haters, as they say nowadays. You have to differentiate between them and those people who say things that hurt you, but they're really trying to help you. There's that too. There's the healthy critique. There's the healthy feedback. The person who says, your painting is good, but you might want to try. That's a gentle way of helping somebody through. I've had many of them. Hey, I'm 70 years old, and I still get that kind of information. And yes, it stings. Yes. But guess what? If it turns out that it's just a hater or a naysayer, or just somebody who's jealous, that happens too. Yeah, if it turns out it's one of them, then I don't worry about it. But sometimes it's from somebody who truly loves me. That person wouldn't be wanting to hurt me. So that means that they probably have some thoughts that I need to think about. And it doesn't happen much anymore at 70, but it happened a lot when I was younger. The older you get, the more people just let you do your own thing. And my own thing today is this picture right here. It is a sketch. It is just a rough idea so that I could do a larger painting one day. What do you think? An urban dancer? Urban ballerina? Well, whatever you do, don't sell yourself short. Do not sell yourself short. God has gifted you with something amazing. It might not be art. It might be dancing or singing, or maybe you're a magician or a comedian or a cook. Maybe you're just a really great writer. Writing is important. I think everything in this world starts out as a thought, and most of those thoughts had their second step after being a thought was the written word. I do think that's probably true. Oh well. And now with AI, the written word becomes paintings. And the written word becomes physical things, cars. Wow. We can now 3D print things. I saw a show. They were 3D printing a house. What? That's amazing. It's amazing to me. All right, well, I'm not going to do anything that amazing. I'm just going to paint the picture. I'm going to show you how I did it right now, okay? And it's going to be time-lapsed. I do narrate it in real time, but the video is time-lapsed. Here we go. All right, so let's begin the painting. I chose to show you this one in time-lapse. It seemed like I wasn't talking a lot, and it was about an hour. It took about an hour to do this one. So the idea here is to create a sketch that might or might not become a full-size painting one day. I had written a song years ago called Short Mary. Or better than that, don't sell yourself short, Mary, because it's really not about a woman named Mary who is short. It's about a woman named Mary who has a dream of being a dancer, and she almost gives up on her dream. She needs a little bit of encouragement. She needs a little bit of someone to say to her, don't sell yourself short, Mary. I don't know that I can recite the words. I wrote the song, but it's been so long. Let me see if I can remember. If you're feeling like a failure, like nobody's gonna love you, there's one message I've got to get to you. Don't sell yourself short, Mary. Don't sell yourself short. And if you're feeling like a dancer and you're destined to dance in the dark, remember the movements inside of you. Mary, you understand more than the rest. Don't sell yourself short, Mary. So it is with that song, and there were other words to it, I just don't remember all of them. But it's the idea of speaking to someone who is gifted with something, and I believe we're all gifted with something, and there's a passion inside of each of us to do something, to become the thing God probably wanted us to be. I don't know that I feel comfortable expressing what I think God wants for us, but sometimes I know that we wonder that ourselves, and sometimes I know that the thing that makes you the happiest seems to be the thing God wants you to do. And it's probably not the only thing. I mean, certainly, if I look at my own life, God must have wanted me to be a dad. And God must have wanted me to be a grandfather, because I am Papa. I love being Papa. Did I share with you this, that my birthday was recently, and my son, my daughter-in-law, and my grandson came over, and there were some gifts. I'm always uncomfortable with birthdays and gifts and all of that, but anyway, it was fun. So we're sitting at the kitchen table, and the gifts are sitting there, and my grandson says, I can't wait for Papa to open up the card I made for him. And he made a card for me, and I didn't open it right away because I wanted to open it with all the other gifts. Anyway, so I opened it up, and there inside was a handmade card, and he painted a picture of himself, his daddy, and me. And it had a sweet little message inside of it. And It was just beautiful. He was just smiling ear to ear. And then there was a package from Robin. It was wrapped, and it was a box, and it looked like it was something big. But Robin and I have a deal. We don't give each other big gifts. We do, but we have a deal that we don't. You get it. You know that whole routine. So anyway, I'm opening up the gift. I'm unwrapping it, right? And I said, what do you think it is? A meatloaf? Oh my gosh. It was like I told him the best joke in the world. He thought that was the funniest thing, that I thought there was going to be a meatloaf in that box. You know what was actually in the box was some Kit Kats, the little candies. And what else did Robin put in there? A wallet. She put a wallet in there. I needed a wallet. My wallet is like 30 years old. So anyway, that was very, very fun. And just had such a good time whenever that was, a week ago or so. Oh, let me talk about the art here. So I'm using watercolor, and I'm trying to create, a street scene, an urban street. And I'm using watercolor. And right now, you see those paints I just applied. That's gouache. And I chose to use gouache on top of the watercolor because gouache has the ability to be opaque. You can also make it translucent. But I wanted it to be opaque for the girl, for Mary. So I started with her face. I just wanted to do a silhouette, and then I was going to kind of highlight it. You'll see as I get through this. So just a small brush, and I had a couple of pictures of some dancers up on my computer screen, and I was kind of looking at them and deciding which poses I thought might work out here in the middle of a street somewhere, a city street. Not a specific city, not a specific girl by any means, just a fun thing. And as I mentioned, it's really not a finished painting. It's a sketch that will be one day used, perhaps, for a larger painting. So how you guys doing? I hope everything's good. I am still overwhelmed by the amount of comments and the sweet, kind comments that you guys are leaving for me on the YouTube channel. It's just so nice. Yeah. So yesterday we went to Robin and her mom and I went to a concert up in Gainesville. Gainesville is where the University of Florida is. And Gainesville has a community band. It's a brass band mostly. I think there's one upright bass in it, but most of it is, brass and woodwind. And I don't know how big it is, 40 or 50 pieces, I don't know. But they're really good. Robin's brother plays the percussion in the band, and he's really good too. So we went up there, and I sat in the balcony so that I could get a really good angle for videotaping them. I wanted to do a videotape of the concert. And I got I was sitting in such a great place for not only the picture, but also for the sound, because I think there must have been a speaker like really close to me. The sound was like absolutely perfect. So I recorded them and shared the video with the conductor and with Robin's brother and with whoever else is in the band. There's a Facebook page for the band, so I shared it on there. I just hope I did it right. All right, so you see I have a silhouette of a young lady. Looks like she's dancing in the middle of a street. You can see the composition that I had in mind is starting to come together. And I wanted a flowing dress, just something real simple, just kind of wrapping around her as she danced in the street. And I'm guessing it's coming across that this is a very urban kind of a setting. It's probably not there yet, but you can kind of see where I kind of roughed in the idea of a couple of cars and some shop windows and a walk and don't walk sign, and just a hazy, distant, undefined look with all the windows and shops there. Some of the lines I'm putting in now are just kind of reference lines for myself to give me an idea of what the dress might look like if it was floating or flowing or being tossed around as she danced. And I wasn't really sure how to do that, to be honest with you. I was a little bit experimenting here and there. So I didn't know if the front of the dress would be popping out because of the centrifugal force of a spin that she might have done just before this moment here. But yeah, it is. And like here's the thing, it's a sketch, so I can always change it later as I have a picture in mind. It doesn't always appear onto the paper or the sketchbook really well. But the thing is this, I look at it and then look at it and then look at it some more. And eventually I say, you know what I could do to make it better? And sometimes I'll even take it and photograph the sketch and then put it into, what do you call that? The iPad. It's because I have that program called Procreate. And I can watch it I can put it on, put the photograph on Procreate and then kind of work with it there to kind of experiment with it so that I have a better idea of what I want a larger painting to look like. And I think a painting like this, to be honest with you, should not, in my feeling, it should not be photographic. It should be definitely impressionistic. I think even the colors should either be exaggerated in the bright end or exaggerated in the dark end, in the less saturated colors. Like these colors are very unsaturated. They're browns and dirty oranges and Payne's gray, and so that was the idea here. And yeah, I kept hearing in my head my old song, "Don't Sell Yourself Short, Mary." If you're feeling like a dancer and you're destined to dance in the dark, remember the movements inside of you. Mary, don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short, Mary. I wish I could remember all the words, but those are the words that I'm remembering. Yeah, I did that song a long time ago. It might be somewhere online. I don't really know. It probably is. I think Robin and I put a lot of songs on the internet that never got any airplay or whatever, internet play, whatever it's called. So as you can see, I'm trying to enrich the colors. That's what I'm really doing here. I'm just trying to enrich the colors so that the picture has a little bit more depth. You see some darker colors I'm adding to the sides, the left and the right side, and then I'll define the cars better and brighten up their headlights and the reflections in the street. So I'm just putting in just a few more details, thinking it might add to the picture so it looks more like she's crossing a street with a busy urban setting. And really that's it. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I've got a couple more minutes before this is over. And so the paint I'm using, I guess I should tell you this. I'm using Woomer, Woomer watercolor. And I'm using US Art, what do you call it again? Gouache. US Art Gouache to do this painting. And like I say, it's a sketch, and there I'm just trying to add some of the highlights of things on the walls and on the side of that post right there to kind of give it more definition. I think now is when I start adding the white to the lights and the headlights, and yeah, little pieces of paint here and there, just roughing it. As I said, I think this is really a painting that should probably be impressionistic So I will possibly make this into a full painting. All right, got less than a minute here to go. Just wanted to pop in. It was the other video, the full video would have been kind of long and boring, I think. But sometimes I like them that way. When I'm watching videos, I often like to just watch the person who has made a video and shown how they do their art. I kind of like to watch it in real time. It's kind of why I do that a lot. But all right, a couple more horizontal, vertical lines, and some lines that indicate vanishing points, etc. And I think that's it. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for your kind comments. Thank you for watching. And remember, there is a Facebook group for Papa Paints if you want to show your own art. There she is, the Urban Ballerina. All right, talk to you later. Bye.